Alright guys, I just realized that I missed something in the last video, so I'm just going to make a second video for it. That last video I kind of didn't really go over my gear, like, at all. So here it goes. But my gear isn't, it's not even ideal for what I want to do yet. I got a long ways to go. So, I feel like my gear is kind of poop. Not entirely poop, like, I don't know. Parts of it are poop, and the other parts are good. But, you know, it's not where I want to be yet. So, here it goes. Alright, so Prestige Battle, or Prestige Medic Quest. Got that on for the recovery. Recovery is actually going to be my main goal that I'm aiming for. I'm trying to actually get a fair blend between power and recovery, right? I want to try to get enough recovery to where I can almost use my anointed army back to back, but enough power to where I can still share with my party to make them more powerful and hit harder in combat. So, I'm trying to aim for like a fair blend of recovery and power. Once I get to a certain point on recovery, then I'm going to focus mostly on power. But for now, recovery is my main priority. I do have this Drougcraft Surcoat. Until I can replace that with the PvP Surcoat. PvP Surcoat adds almost 800 power and 800 recovery. I mean, that's 1600 to the stats that I'm looking for as opposed to, you know, 1323. So, I mean, that again falls in that realm of blend between power and recovery. I will lose a little bit of power, but I'll gain a lot of recovery. So, you know, I'll lose almost 500 power to gain 800 recovery. It's kind of a fair trade-off, if you ask me. Again, PvP arm plates, recovery. That's also the PvP hat, by the way. The fire set, I get the let me show you. When using a deadly power, there's a chance that 25% of your AP will be immediately restored. It actually seems like it's a pretty good chance. I mean, oftentimes I do get that 25% quite a bit. So I mean, it definitely helps, right? I'm building to 100% starting at 25% as opposed to building to 100% starting at 0. So that kind of helps me keep my AP up, which in turn helps, you know, helps me feed AP to the party. So this fire set's pretty good stuff for Cleric. I kind of like it. That artifact stat increase right there, the 347 action point gain, that actually only started out at 100, but I rerolled that. It only cost one of the chests to reroll it, and I think they cost 10,000 Astral Diamonds at the Wondrous Bazaar or something like that. And when you buy those chests, right, you're going to use one of them, and you're going to have a chance to be higher than whatever the stat is. If it's not higher than what the stat is, it'll still use the chest, but it won't change the stat. So say if I use the chest and I roll a 290, it's still going to stay 347 and just use the chest. I mean, yeah, it wastes 10,000 diamonds, but you're not going to get something worse and then still lose your 10,000 diamonds. So at least they were kind of kind when they did that, I guess you could say. Hastening Light, that was a really nice, it just came with it. And of all of these, I would say that Hastening Light is probably my favorite one, because, hey, it will also gift all allies 10% of their action points. I mean, that just helps me feed allies action points so fast. See, none of these other ones are all that great. Healer's Lord now increases your power rating by 150. 150 is like chump change. Deflection rating, I mean, 150 is still like chump change. Threat reduction could be good, but none of these other ones are really, that's kind of the only one that's really worth it if you ask me. PvP boots, again, went for recovery. Power, deflection, stamina, and guard gain. I mean, I could probably replace that at some point. I definitely plan on replacing that. critical strike, deflection, combat advantage. 3 stats that I really don't need. Those are definitely going away. Defense is handy, so I mean, I'll probably keep that until I can find something that provides me with either power or recovery. Hit points, power. That's definitely nice to have, so I don't think I'm going to replace that one. So I mean, I think these 2 are my first ones to get rid of. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, probably so. Stamina guard game's kind of meh. The 190 power is alright, but just basic Drowcraft undergarments, nothing special there. These offense and my offense slots, like right now, I have, you know, radiant enchantments in them. However, I am going to, well, that offense slot's actually an Azure. I need to actually change that. Come the time for double Astral Diamonds, double Refinement, and everything like that, I'm going to load up on as many Astral Diamonds as I can. I'm actually going to swap out all of these rank 7 Radiant enchantments for rank 10 Cruel enchantments. The Cruel adds both power and recovery, so again, kind of goes with that blend of power and recovery that I'm looking for. I feel rank 10 is a good number to be achieved. I feel like I can, you know, get that. I mean, I think the Cruelty enchantments were like 1/2 mil each for rank 10. In Astral Diamonds, I mean, I feel rank 10 is a good jumping point. But anyhow, that's kind of what I'm using for gear. Right now it's power for my offense slots, but I am going to change those to Cruelty enchantments, which add both power and recovery. I don't know, I really feel strongly if I get enough recovery that I can pretty much spam my ultimate back-to-back, but I don't want to sacrifice my power at the same time, which is why I'm going to move to Cruelty enchantments. Anyhow, that's what I'm using for gear. Thanks, guys.